Hey guys, Alex here with this cob house, and I'm out here working on the new cob structure, and we're getting ready to install our roof anchors. These are going to be embedded into the final lift of cob, and eventually our roof will attach with these threaded rod anchors. So each of these anchors is composed of a 5/8 inch threaded rod, and I've attached it to some wood at the bottom very securely. And so these, as you can see, are going to get placed into the cob wall. So the cob is going to be built entirely around these components all the way up to this level here. And so that threaded rod is going to stick out a good ways out of the cob wall, and we're going to have a concrete bond beam about 6 inches poured on top of the cob wall. So we'll have a remainder of this threaded rod sticking out of the wall top, and then at the very end we'll place a top plate, a wooden top plate, over these threaded rods, and then put a washer and nut and bolt it down. So then at that point you're ready to attach your roof. So you can attach any conventional wood style roof at that point. So this is the final component for completing the cob walls and being prepared to attach your roof. The bond beam is now ready to be poured. So it's as simple as filling this box with your concrete. So we're going to cover this rebar all over, and it's going to come all the way flush to the top of our forms here. And then at the end, our threaded rods are going to stick out the top, and we're going to place that top plate over this, over the extension of the bond beam, and then we can attach our roof. Alright, so jumping ahead here now a little bit, we've actually started putting up the roof rafters. And the last point I showed you was forming up the bond beam. So all the forms have been taken off the bond beam, and you could see the completed concrete bond beam here. Now this adds that whole monolithic top structure and holds all 4 of these walls tightly bound together more. It also provides a flat level surface to put your top plate. So on top of the concrete bond beam we have what's called the top plate, and this is just dimensional lumber. In this case it's the same width as the cob wall, and you can see the threaded rods are sticking out the top. So this top plate was placed right in the right area. The holes were marked and the holes were drilled, and this top plate was set on top over all the threaded rods. And then we use 2x2 square washers. That's actually the cob code, and then the hex nuts. And so this, these are really tight. So this top plate is really tight on top of the bond beam. So the top plate basically gives you the attachment point for your roof. So now that we have a piece of wood on the top, that basically provides an attachment point for your conventional wood framed roof. So this all acts as a system in order to integrate a conventional wooden roof. So from the cob to the roof, you have to have some kind of an integration, and that's what this all acts as. The bond beam also helps to keep your building more monolithic and strong. It's especially good for earthquake prone zones. Now you do have the option, you don't have to have the concrete bond beam at all, and you can just have the top plate. If you don't have the concrete, you're going to have 2 layers of wood that will act as your bond beam and your top plate combined. So just imagine if you had 2 of these layered on top of each other over your threaded rods, and they would be sitting on top of your cob wall without the concrete part. So you do have those 2 options. I really like to have the bond beam. It does add some expense and extra work, but it does make your building stronger. So then once we have the top plate on, it's really simple. You just start attaching your roof framing. We just simply screw it in to the top plate. We also have hurricane ties. You just screw it in, and it's all pretty basic framing construction from there. Alright guys, I hope you found some valuable information in this video, and don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. And also don't forget to come out to one of our hands-on workshops if you want to learn how to build one of these type of cob homes. I have a link in the description below. We have upcoming classes in September, October, and early November, and we're going to cover all this information, how to do one of these kind of structures hands-on. So check those out. All the information is down below in the links, and hope to see some of you guys there.